Hi, I'm Dr. Alduan, Tartt, Christian psychologist. Did you know that there's a silent killer out there that you may not be aware of? It may be affecting your friends, it may be affecting your family, or it might be affecting you. Ladies and gentlemen, that silent killer is loneliness. Loneliness. Listen to me. I was reading the Psychology Today, one of my favorite magazines, and there's an article in there by a psychologist by the name of Dr. Guy Winch, and it's talking about the deadly effects of loneliness. Listen to this. It says, nearly every week brings new evidence of the grievous health effects of loneliness. Reportedly, 40% of U.S. adults suffer from loneliness and has been shown to depress the immune system, boost inflammation, and significantly raise the risk of cardiovascular disease. But it gets worse. As dangerous as smoking or obesity, loneliness poses a powerful threat to health and longevity that it increases the chance of an early death by at least 14%. 14%. So that means if your life expectancy was going to be 100 years old, you're going to die at 86 if you suffer from chronic loneliness. Now you see why I had to make a video. All right, so who does this affect? This affects, of course, single people, but not every single person. This affects single people who feel lonely, who are socially isolated, because you can be single and have a huge network of people that support you and pay attention to you at work or in leisure or in church, sorority, fraternity, community involvement. So I'm really just talking to you if you are single and you are feeling lonely. I mean, you want to be in a relationship. You want to get married and your heart is hurting and you are starting to feel depressed. You know, and that is God trying to get your attention. So this is not for you. Single life is not for everyone. There's some people that are meant to be in a relationship. Matter of fact, Genesis 2:18 says it's not good for the man to be alone. I will create a helper suitable for him or her. You know, well, you are the help for us as men and women. You know that. And so it's not good for us to be alone. Loneliness kills, and that's when the devil is able to come right in and exploit all those vices when we're too lonely. They say, loneliness is the devil's workshop, so you're going to need to relate. You can't be a loner. All right. Here's a surprising fact. Did you know, according to this article, that 60% of people in married relationships report being lonely? 60%. Oh my goodness. It says in Hebrews 24, 25, Hebrews 10, 24, 25, it says, and let us consider how we may meet together and spur one another in encouragement and in good deeds and not giving up meeting together as some others are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another all the more as you see the day approaching. It's right there in the word. It's basically saying if you are alone, you're going to be picked off. That means that we have to get together as married couples in a relationship, and we have to meet together and encourage one another in good deeds. That's talking about friendship and marriage. So it's not enough for you to be in a married relationship and simply work, man. You have to take your wife out. It's not enough for you to simply be engaged and not pay attention. I know you have to pay for the wedding and reception and honeymoon. Pay attention to your wife. And same thing. Sometimes I'm talking about wives and women. Some women, sometimes you're taking care of mom, taking care of the baby, on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media, taking different projects. But what about the one you're in love with? What about your friends? What about your family? You must spend time with them. Otherwise, you're going to be a loner and you're going to die an early death and increase your risk for cardiovascular disease. It's right there in the research. This is not me, Anyway, I don't want to depress you. I want to tell you how to fix it. All right, I'm going to give you 6 solutions. All right, number 1, you're going to have to refine your thinking. All right, what we know about loneliness is that it's not necessarily a curse. It is a curse of thinking. It's how you're thinking. How you think makes you more alone. So for instance, you'll think, all right, let me call my friend and go to the club. All right. And then you say, you know what? My friend is not going to want to go to the club. They have a man. They're not going to want to go out with me. You're going to have to reframe your thinking and say, well, maybe they want to go somewhere else. All right. Maybe they want to go to a jazz club. Maybe they want to go to, praise in the park, a gospel concert. Maybe they want to go see a movie or just go talk, get coffee. What happens is you think negatively, and you think more negatively than the world is, and that's what keeps you lonely. You start thinking, if I go to this event where there's supposed to be men, most of them are going to be married, they're not going to be interested in me, or maybe they're cheaters. You think negative, so you never go out anywhere, and you stay lonely, and you die, and you never get what you want. Not because you can't do it, but because your thinking is stinking, all right? And it's killing you. It's killing you. That's the passion. I know people on my Facebook feed that need to see this. People on my Instagram feed that need to see this. People on YouTube that need to see this. People go to my website, drtartt.com, by the way, that need to see this because I see how lonely you are, and you just don't know that it's killing you. You just think that it is that way. All right, number 2, married couples, you have to date. You have to date. You have to celebrate anniversaries. You have to go out. And here's one practical thing I want you to do. Well, 2, I want you to schedule a date night with the person that you're dating. I don't care how busy you are at work. I don't care what's going on with the kids. If you're not relating, if you're not doing the verb form of relating, then your relationship is going to die. You are responsible for your partner feeling lonely. Do you really want to kill your husband or wife because they're feeling lonely, because you're working all the time, or you're at the gym all the time, or you're traveling out of town, or whatever you're doing and neglecting your partner? Don't do that. So what I want you to do, tip number 2, is I want you to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes a day, just relating, talking about what happened in your day. Someone cut me off in traffic. Did you see the premiere of Queen Sugar? What do you think about the Hawks' new draft pick? Hey, what's going on with your friends? Did she get back with her man? Hey, you know what? I read this article talking about these destinations in Spain. Let me show it to you. Relating, just like you did when you're dating, 10 to 15 minutes a day. You have to relate to one another. And that's where that scripture, Hebrews 10, 24 and 25, look at it and share it with your spouse about you can't neglect meeting with one another. It talks about, like some others do, it's talking about couples that break up, all right? Couples that play together, stay together. Well, Bishop Bronner would say couples that play together and pray together, stay together, all right? So solution number 3, reach out with optimism and positivity, all right? Say, hey, let's go to the ball game. Hey, let's go to this Praise in the Park. Let's go to this Caribbean festival. I'm hungry. I want to hear some new music. When you reach out with optimism and positivity, people are more likely to go. But when you reach out like a Debbie Downer, I know you're busy. You probably don't want to go. I don't think it's going to be any fun. I know you're probably too busy, and you might not have any money. Don't start with that Debbie Downer stuff. That's the quickest way to get excommunicated from any social group, because people just have too much negativity on their own. And when you come in saying, woe is me, they distance themselves from you like the plague, and I know you feel rejected, and that makes you feel even more, lonely. But you can't be a Debbie Downer. I'm sorry. And you can't be a Donald Downer either. That's a good analogy with Donald piece. But anyway, we're gonna go into politics. All right, number 4, I'm almost there. Revisit fun times that you've done with your friends. Okay, revisit fun times that you've done with them. So if y'all went out of town one time, say, hey, let's do that again. We haven't done it in years. Married couples, let's go to the place where I proposed. Let's go to where we went on honeymoon. If we didn't go to honeymoon, let's go to a place where we wanted to go on honeymoon. All right, number 5, do new things together. The research shows that when you do new things, experience new things, especially emotional things, like go visit a civil rights museum or attend a march or do something fun, all right, that's new. So that you can share that experience together. And finally, don't assume that your friends and family don't want to go. Sometimes people are busy. Do what's called binocular vision, as we say in couples therapy, where you're able to see the way you see it and the way your partner sees it. So yeah, they just had a child. We're getting that a lot. People are asking us to come out, but we have a newborn and an 11-year-old that's in every activity under the sun. We don't have the time to hang out like we used to, even though we're getting back into the groove, because meeting with our friends, keeps our ideas fresh, and we love to relate and have fun. But we have to take it from our perspective, and we have to look at your perspective as well, instead of saying, hey, they last 3 times we asked them to come out and they didn't want to come out. Hey, we have a newborn, people, all right? No, but it's all good. Call us. We're ready to go out now, all right? So I love you. This is Dr. Tartt. Man, I really hope that you take this to heart and that you pass this along to family members who are lonely. We don't want them to lose life. We don't want them to lose spirit, Well, we know that when you don't pursue your passions, it makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. All right, so just remember that. All right, so I'm Dr. Tartt, Christian psychology, merging faith and psychology intentionally. Take care and God bless.